Welcome to a special edition of Esalen Live, where we chat with change agents, swim deep waters in an ongoing exploration of potential. I'm your host, Christine Chen. Right now, Esalen is responding to the latest stay-at-home order from Monterey County, which means another closure for the property at Big Sur. What does this mean? Well, we are talking to GM, General Manager, and CEO of Esalen Institute, Terry Gilbey, on this Friday afternoon. Good afternoon, Terry. How are you?
Good afternoon, Christine. I'm well, thank you.
Well, tell us what's the latest. I mean, this is a hard bit of news, not just for Esalen, but overall for the country and the Monterey County area. Tell us a little bit about what is happening at Esalen.
Yeah, so we have just been put into another stay-at-home order by Monterey County. That means that on Sunday we will be closing Esalen for the third time this year, unfortunately, and we will be bidding farewell to our guests for about 4 weeks. Right now, the shelter-in-place order, the stay-at-home order, runs through January the 11th, January 10th, 11th. And so we will be once again shut down and closed.
And Terry, what will happen to the bookings? Like what are the options for people who have existing bookings, maybe now and into January?
Yeah, so we are sadly having to cancel all of the people who have been scheduled to come and have made arrangements to come before January 11th. So starting today, I think we will already be contacting people to let them know that we won't be able to honor that booking. We have put up already from January 11th, we put up January, February, and March onto the website, and our hope is that people will take the opportunity to reschedule that visit to Esalen, that opportunity to experience the rituals of Esalen, and that they'll come early in the year and reconnect with themselves and reconnect with us.
Yeah.
And
I want to
reconnect
share,
with
we
each
do
other.
have three options though. There's three options for people, and I want to put those up on the screen so that people get this information if they have existing bookings or future. The first one is
Yeah.
cancel and refund. That's pretty clear cut. The second one is reschedule, which I think you just described. But the third one is donate. Can you tell us a little bit about what that is in terms of people who have existing bookings?
Absolutely. And, I just want to say we're trying to do a really good job of getting those refunds and cancellations through as quickly as we can. When we closed before, both for the Dolan fire, and we had to make cancellations, and also back in March, a number of people were extremely generous and actually turned their booking into a donation to us as a 501c3. We were able to give them a receipt for that they can apply where possible to their tax returns and get the benefit of that. And so they can really take advantage of that and help us in that process as well.
And you mentioned, Terry, I want to put up a photo from August 28th. You mentioned three closures since the beginning of COVID, including the fires. It's been a tough run in general during COVID, but Eslen's been through a lot too. And when you look at it in totality, it's been ups and downs for several months now. Tell us how that has affected Esalen, the staff, the overall ability just to deliver on the Esalen mission.
It's been hard. It's been very, very difficult. Our main goal here is to have people come to Esalen and have those transformational moments. With the amount of closures that we've had, we're going into our third closure. I wanted to do the math before I came here for this live, but wasn't able to get that done. But it's got to be close to 9 months out, about 8 months out of the year that Esalen has actually been closed. And when we're closed, the only way that we can reach people is through the camera here, through the live connections, through Instagram, through Facebook, through our newsletter. So that's where we're limited to doing our mission impact right now.
And I think a lot of people also, Terry, may not understand that keeping Esalen open during this time of the pandemic, when we're not allowed to have guests on property during these lockdowns, or even when we're allowed to have limited guest experience on Esalen, it does still cost the same amount of money to keep Esalen open. Can you describe that a little bit?
It does. We are in a very remote place, and just to keep Esalen functional and safe costs us about $1 million a month. Is what the run rate here is, as we call it. And that is to cover things like insurance. It is to cover uh, maintenance on the buildings. It is to support all of the regulatory and compliance work that we have to do here in California. And so when we don't have the opportunity to bring people to Esalen, those costs are still coming at us on a monthly basis.
Mhm. And then also, Terry, in terms of operating during the pandemic and in limited capacity, there's been a lot of changes to the way Esalen runs. We had a question come in from Nader about, is the tub going to be open as well? They have been open at limited capacity. Clawfoot tubs have been
Yeah.
added, some adaptations. What are some of the biggest changes that you've seen in response to what the world is going through, but how does it specifically impact what kind of experiences at Esalen and to be able to create these experiences too? I mean, it's a big change.
Yeah, we're trying to honor the spirit that Esalen has had over the last 50 plus years of its existence, but we have had to make a lot of changes, and that in and of itself has increased the amount of cost that we have to bear. The tubs is a great example. We are having to now schedule time at the tubs, and it is single occupancy in a tub. We have to clean the tubs. We have to ensure social distancing, and we've actually had to install additional clawfoots, as you mentioned, so that we can continue to have as many people down there as we can. The tubs are open when we are open, and it is a great experience. The feedback has been that people have actually enjoyed the serenity and the peace down there with the distancing. We've had to do the same in the lodge. It is kind of eerie to walk into the lodge at meal times because we're not allowed to do indoor dining at the moment. So we've set up tents and heaters on the patio. All our food is now, instead of being the old amazing buffet line that we had at Esalen, it is in to-go boxes, but the food is amazing. Everybody that's come in the last few weeks have said that the kitchen's just doing an outstanding job. And then again, we are having our workshops and our experiences are outdoors in California and in Monterey. We're not allowed to gather indoors for workshops yet. We hope that that will change in the new year. But today, all our workshops are done outside under our big top on the deck or out on the lawn.
Right. And as we're starting to learn, this experience that you and I are having right now is just part of the change that's been happening for Esalen is to take things into more of a digital realm. And not only is this a response to COVID, but I think this is also your vision for how more people can be reached by the Esalen mission. Can you describe that? Because that is part of the change for the future as well.
You bet. Yeah, we are an impact-driven organization. That's the nature of a 501c3. And as we are limited to the number of people that can come to campus, even outside of the COVID world, we were targeting 120 people at any one point in time. The way we can maximize our mission impact is to reach out through the internet, through Facebook, through Instagram, through online learning platforms, to share a little bit of that experience. And it is not a replacement for Esalen in any way, shape, or form, but we hope that it can be an extension. It can connect people in ways that otherwise they aren't able to connect by because people can't get to Esalen.
Yeah. Well, this is such a huge change, and some people who have been coming to Esalen for a really long time will, feel like maybe some of the magic that they experienced on property may somehow disintegrate, but that's not true because it will still be there. It's just like everything having to evolve. Can you speak to evolution and transformation and constant exploration as part of our mission and also where we're going?
Yeah, change is constant, and I think we are stepping as an organization into our potential. And as somebody who came as a work scholar in 2016, the amount of change that I've seen at Esalen has been enormous. Looking through a lot of our archive material, seeing the change that has happened at Esalen over decades and decades, we continue to evolve. We continue to tackle the edge, as it's called, new problems. new questions, and we continue to have new workshops. Our hope is that not only on property will people be able to have amazing experiences, but they'll also be able to get a feeling for that through our online platforms and through conversations like this and through our community portal with Friends of Esalen.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that from your heart, Terry. I do want to go back to the reason that we decided to schedule this special edition of Esalen Live was to inform the community of the lockdown that just went into place. Monterey County, a countywide stay-at-home order just goes into effect on Sunday, and it will last for 4 weeks. And then, Terry, if you would remind us again the 3 options for those of you who have bookings from now and into the time that this lockdown is taking place. There's the cancel and refund. Would you recap that for us, Terry?
Yeah, absolutely. We will be canceling and refunding reservations. If you've got any questions, you can reach out on our reservations line, and those folks there will just take the very best care of you that we can do.
And then
if you want to,
yeah.
If you want to reschedule, we have already put up that opportunity to come back for Rituals of Esalen in January. We are looking forward to the county letting us reopen on January the 11th. And so through January, February, and March, those options are already up on our website and available to be booked.
And then that last option there, donate. This might be one that people are unfamiliar with, but has happened in the past before. Can you describe that, Terry?
Yeah, I am always deeply appreciative of people's generosity. And when we closed in 2013 and when we closed again for the fires, a number of people called and said, we recognize we've got to cancel, but please take that money and put it towards another opportunity at Esalen for somebody to come perhaps under scholarship. So we are trying to do everything we can to build out our scholarship fund. And all of those donations that we receive, they keep us going. As I said, it's a very expensive piece of property to maintain. It's beautiful, but it's an expensive thing to do, about $1 million a month. And so with no income, we're very, very grateful for the support that we get when people convert a cancellation into a donation.
Right. And all the changes that we've been talking about in this particular interview and into the future of trying to move things into a new space digitally, that all costs money as well, the operating costs. So we're just in a huge moment of transformation. And to your point, so many people have asked how they can help, and the generosity is flowing in. We can have this first option here, which is to give, esalen.org/give. Can you describe, Terry, what will happen when people go to that URL?
Yeah, sure. So that is our year-end campaign, our year-end giving campaign. And there's an opportunity there to donate and become a friend of Esalen as well. And those funds will actually help us sustain Esalen during these closures and help us continue to build it out into the future.
The second one down there, gift, and there is a phone number right there. I'm just going to leave this up in case anyone wants to jot it down. This is such a great idea in holiday season.
It is, yes. Give the gift of Esalen to someone. So if you contact our guest services team or down there in the office, they'll be happy to set up a gift certificate that you can pass on to somebody as a holiday gift or as a thank you or just as a way to share Esalen and perhaps give somebody the opportunity to explore their own transformation.
And here's something that you can announce as well. We've just debuted. I don't have a drum roll available right now, but we can just pretend we're hearing one. Is the Esalen online store is now available as well. Tell us about that. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, this is in direct response to a lot of requests we've had, particularly with the closure. It's been a request that's been out there for a couple of years, actually, which is how can I get access to the Esalen store when I can't get to Esalen? I'm not scheduled for a workshop in October or November or December, but I would like to gift something from Esalen to a loved one or a friend. And so we have created an online store. It went up literally this week. And that's an opportunity to buy and to pass on as gifts. All of those things that we hold in our bookstore regularly that people have told us these are the kind of things that we really enjoy when we come to Esalen.
Yeah. Well, we're all just doing our best to navigate during these times, Terry, not just Esalen, but many other entities, organizations, businesses, community groups. Everyone just has to shuffle the deck and see what the cards are telling us to do at this time. Can you tell us what keeps you, the staff, motivated at this time, continues to keep you in awe? Inspiration can sometimes save us during times like this. Can you let us in just a little bit what you're
Yeah.
hearing?
Um, it is just amazing. I walk through the property almost every day and am just struck with awe. There is still a sense of magic here, even though there is not as many people. It is that moment of transformation that we get. I go back to Aldous Huxley's, human potentialities. And that's what it's all about. It's about asking the questions we wouldn't otherwise ask ourselves. And Esalen is that magic place where we can do it. And that's really what I think keeps everybody going here. We were delighted to have guests back. It's about 5 weeks since that happened. And we're saddened that we're going to be closed now for another 4 weeks. But when people come back to Esalen and that energy level on the property returns and you get that vibe back in the lodge and out on the deck. It's something amazing to experience.
Yeah. Well, so much change underway, like everyone else in this world, just doing our best.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, right. Terry Gilbey, thank you so
it's
much.
you're welcome, Christine. And I think it is important to recognize we're not alone. There are so many people going through this, not just in Monterey, in California, in the United States, but in the world. And we're all experiencing this sense of disconnection. And so we're looking forward to having that opportunity come January the 11th to reopen.
Yeah. With the privilege of being safe, we hope everyone is also safe with them and their families. We will speak with you soon. Terry Gilbey, General Manager and CEO of Esalen, we appreciate all your transparency and your information and your generous sharing of your heart today.
Christine, and to everybody, thank you. And we appreciate your support.
Thanks, Terry. Have a great day, everyone. Stay connected, esalen.org, Esalen on Facebook and Instagram.